All right, right here we have dividing fractions worksheet. Going to go ahead and do number 2 right here as an example. Number 2, which happens to be 2 1/3 divided by 1/5. Okay, first things first is when it's division, you kind of want to do KFC right away, but we need to hold on, and we're going to go ahead and do Texas first because we have a whole number here. That whole number, I got to get rid of it. When I'm dividing fractions, I'm dividing fractions, nothing else, not whole numbers too. So let's turn it into a fraction with KFC. So how I go about that is we call it Texas because we got the T right here. We have the X right here. 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. So I'm going to rewrite it right under 7/3 because you always keep your denominator unless we change it. We didn't change it. So then I need to go ahead and flip. So that's my keep. I'm still keeping that. It's the same thing. I didn't change anything about it other than turn it into another way to say 2 1/3. 7/3 is the same as saying 2 1/3. If I have 7 out of 3 slices of pizza, I have 2 whole pizzas and 1/3 of a third pizza. Okay, so right here, 7/3, keep. All right, flip. I'm going to change this from, or flip it from division operations to the multiplication operation. All right, and then change. I'm going to change 1/5 to its reciprocal, which is going to be 5/1.
35/3.
All right, once I have that, I can just go ahead and multiply across. That's going to be 7 times 5, 35.
Over 3.
3 times 1, 3. All right, now is there anything else I can do? I'm at it. This is an improper fraction, so what should we do at this point? Please raise your hand. Yes, Keontae. Divide. What should be? How do I set that up? What am I dividing what into what? 3 into 35. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Good idea. 3 into 35. All right, 3 goes into 3. 1 time. 1 times 3? 3. All right, then I subtract. And if you ever get confused when you're doing this, just write off to the side. Does McDonald's sell burgers? Or dad, mom, sister, brother? Whatever you want to call it. And so what I did is I divided first. Divide 3 into 3 gives me 1. Then I multiplied. 1 times 3 gives me 3. Now I subtract. 3 minus 3 gives me nothing. 0. All right, B. Bring down. Burgers. All right, 5. Okay, 3 goes into 5 how many times? 1 time. 1 times 3? 3. Subtract.
2.
Get a 2. All right, now we have everything we need to solve the problem. Okay, so up here, what is the 11 going to be considered in my answer?
Whole number.
My whole number. I put a little W there. All right, 2. What will my remainder be? My remainder is always going to be my numerator. And then 3 here is going to be my denominator. And if you ever get confused which one of these is your numerator or denominator, you can always look at the initial problem that we were working on, the 3. It's the same thing. D, denominator, denominator. So it shows the denominator, so if you're curious, it's right there as a denominator. Okay, so let's rewrite the whole problem. So I got the 11 wholes, and then I have 2 remainder over 3 denominator. And that will be the answer to the problem.